There we go, there we go, there we go. Nice. Oh yeah, Today I'm going to show you a DIY version of a weighted flow rope like the Infinity Braid flow rope. Now what makes this rope special is this middle portion right here. So the first thing you're going to need is your rope. I got mine off of Amazon. It's 1/2 inch diameter. I got about 120 feet of it for $40. Other things you might want to follow along with me: a candle or lighter, a tape measure, some painter's tape, and a sharp knife. We got our one handle on one side, we got our rope in the middle, and we got our other handle on the other side. The distance from tip to tip right here is 8.5 feet. In this middle area, our braided section, which we'll say looks like that. And the distance from tip to tip of the braided section is 5 feet. From the tip to the start of the braided section on this side is 1.75. Same thing on the other side. From the tip of the braided section to the tip of the rope is another 1.75 feet. So there you have it. The way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to make the entire flow rope and then cut it at the end. You could do it other ways, but since I don't know exactly how much total rope I'm going to be using, I'm going to measure it all out first, cut it at the very end. The first thing you're going to do is make the handle, and I have two different options for what to do. This one, the black rope, is the easy one. The other one over here is a little bit harder. I like this one better personally because this one, the tip of the rope, if you have a little bit extra, is going to stick out sideways. But this one, if the tip is a little bit longer, it'll stick out straight. So the first version, the easy way, not the one that I like the best, you're going to take the one end of your rope, bring it out probably around to, I like the opposite shoulder. You're going to make a loop right there. Then you have your two lines. You have your long and your short here. So you have your fist there. You're going to grab both ends with the other hand. And you have this guy here. You're going to take the short end of your rope, and then you're going to wrap around the loop you made. And I like to do about 5 loops, maybe 6. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll do one more. 6 is good. And then you're going to put the little end through that loop. And then you're going to try and hold all this together in that hand, pull the other end out. And then you have that. So the way I like better, I'm going to be using my Screama stick here for help. You can use a broomstick or anything you want. You could probably even use a pen. But anyway, same start. I take this, bring it around to my opposite shoulder. And then for this one, I'm going to grab my Screama stick and put it in between here. So I have a little bit of left here. I have the long end going on my thumb side and the short end on the pinky side. And then I'm going to take from the short end on the pinky side, and I'm just going to wrap around the stick and the long end of the rope. And I'm going to do the same roughly 5, maybe 6 rotations. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is probably good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure this is all nice and tight, so I can pull the long end, make sure it's all nice and tight, and then I hold it all together with this hand, pull out the Screama stick. Depends on how hard you tightened it. It might be easier or hard. Then you're going to pop that aside. You're going to take the short end of the stick and you're going to put it where the Screama stick was. So it runs right through. And then you're just going to kind of just tighten that up. And you kind of want to hold the tip and all the loops that you made. And I like to rotate them so they're tighter. And then I'm pulling on the opposite side there, pulling on the long end of the stick or the rope. And then you just kind of work it in. You kind of try and get it as tight as you can. Then you're just going to pull on that long end until it's real tight. Once you've gotten your handle, you use your nice handy dandy tape measure, and you're going to get it to the 21-inch mark, and then you're just going to hold the rope right there. If you wanted to, you could mark it with a Sharpie. You could use some of that painter's tape. I looked online, and it looks like the type of knot they're doing is a chain sinnet, or also known as a daisy chain. So that's what I'm going to do. So you take this, you make a circle here, and this is where my 21 inches was right here. You're going to take the long end. This is the side with the handle. The long end is going to, you're going to push that through, and you're going to have a little circle here. So one thing you want to focus on when making the middle bit of your flow rope here, this is the handle side. This is where I'm starting the daisy chain. One thing is you want to keep it tight, right? So what I have to do is I need to pull this tight here. So I'm pulling on this part here. There's the top bit and the bottom bit of this loop. The bottom bit goes to the rest of the rope. The top bit goes to the opposite side, the short side. So I'm pulling from the top to get that nice and tight there. And then I'm going to stick this end, the long side end. I'm going to make another loop and push it through that hole. And then I do the same thing. So you see here it's loose. I'm going to take the top of the loop and pull it tight, pull it tight. Sometimes I'll have to take the old loop and pull it in even more, and that'll get it nice and tight. You could, if you were going really fast, you could not tighten them at all. It would make it a less heavy rope at the end because you're doing this. But anyway, so if you notice this middle bit here, that's very loose braid, and then my little bit here, these are very tight in comparison. So, and you can always, if you think that you didn't get some of it tight enough, you can always pull the long end of the rope out. So if you pull this, it just undoes them, so you can pull out as many of these as you want. So this is where I kind of stopped tightening them. So this is where I'd want to reset. So from right here, and you just do this until you get 5 feet of braid here. Also, as you are starting the infinity braid, this is a good time to get your tape measure out and double check that you really do have 21 inches. All right, I'm gonna try and time lapse this video of me doing this. I think that's about 5 feet. All right, so I just finished my 5 feet of the center section, the long end of the rope. I'm just gonna pull all that through, so I'm just gonna keep on pulling. And remember, if you bought a new 120-foot roll, you are gonna be pulling a lot of rope. So you're just gonna pull all that rope through, and then you're gonna pull that tight. So you have your handle, you've gone all the way, got your infinity braid, your 5 feet of infinity braid, and now you're on to the last little bit. You have to make the handle on the other side now. So this last bit is a little tricky. First thing I will say is the long end of your stick, I would make sure there's no knots in it, and also make sure you know where the end is. You could cut this a little long and have a little bit easier time, but since I don't want to be wasteful, I'm not going to. But anyway, to do this, you need to, what I do is I'm going to bunch up all this stuff right here. You're going to take your tape measure. You're going to go for your 21 inches, your 1 foot 9 inch, and you're going to, don't have to be very exact on this part because, you know, when you're tightening it, the knot tends to move around. So I'm going to go probably about 2 finger widths. I'm going to probably, or 2 fist width. I'm probably going to start around 1 foot, which is right about here. I'm going to take my stick and I'm going to put it here. So I have the this end with all the braids that is on the side closest to me, draped over with the long end of the stick on the other side, and I'm just holding it together. These are together, and I'm going to take the long end that's draped over on the far side, and I'm going to bring it in and rotate it all the way around. And remember, I did on this side 5 rotations, so I have to do 5 rotations on this side too. But what makes it fun on this side is, since I have all this extra bit of rope, I need, every single time I do a rotation, I'm going to take everything that I've done up and wrap it around the long end of the stick, or the, not the stick, but the rope. So I got my first rotation, I wrap this around, that's my second, I reach in and grab all the rope, bring it around. That's 2, then we do 3, come around, grab, and it comes through. So that's 3, we do it again, 4, same thing, grab, come around. Then last one is our 5. So I pop that through right here. Boom. So I have all this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull, like I have to keep this all together. So I'm holding it all in. There, I have all my circles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Hold that together. So I'm holding both ends of the rope from here that are sticking out to one side. And I slide this bad boy off. So my stick is off. Next is I take the end of the rope that I found before I got started, and I'm going to feed that through. Usually, when we did it on the other side, we stopped it here and tightened it. But since we have all this excess rope, we're going to pull all that rope through. So you're going to pull it all through. This is why I want to make sure you don't have any kinks or knots in the rope because this will make this part of this much easier. When you did all the rotations, make a few kinks in there, but you can try and take those out at the last little bit here. It will be frustrating, but it's not that bad. Yeah, and you can just rotate the opposite way to get it all in there. And once you are out of kinks, I have one just right there. Okay, once you're out of kinks, you can get a little bit tighter. Don't want to make it too tight, but you're gonna get your measuring device out again, bring it out to your 21. So I need to adjust a little that way. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to push a good amount of this in, and then as you can see, I can rotate the loops that I made and then tighten it back up where I pull on this end. I want to kind of, as I adjust, I want to every single time double check that I'm not going too far. And then I also want to try and pull it tight every once in a while, because when you pull it tight, it will move. So every single time you pull it tight, double check. And I think I just did it. I'm spot on. So make sure you measure it as many times as you need, and you can adjust this as many times as you want. You can redo this, but you can also just cut a little bit extra and make your knot and not have to deal with moving this bit around every time you do a loop. Because this way is a lot harder, but you won't waste a bit of rope because you will want to cut it off again. So now that you've got all that done, you're at a fun part in your build where you can actually test out your flow rope. So I got all the excess kind of over off to the side. You won't be able to do all the things that you will be able to do with a flow rope right now, and I won't be able to either because I have not a lot of space currently. But you can do here, I forget the name of it, but your basic figure eights. You can do things like that. You can come and do the ones going up and all that good stuff. Test it out, see how you like it, see if the the length is good. And once you are happy with it, we can cut off that extra. Another thing I would do before you cut this all off, I would, again, double check with the tape measure, your distance, right? So from one tip to the other, that should be 21 inches here. From your infinity braid in the middle to the other side, I don't think you can do it all in one go, but we can do it here. It should be 5 feet right there. And then your last little bit right here should be another 21 inches for a total of 8.5 feet. I would recommend not doing it standing up like I did. I put it on the ground and measure with the tape measure on the ground. What you're going to do next is you got a little bit of your painter's tape. You're going to take just a little bit off and you're going to wrap it around the end that you want to cut off. And then you're going to get your knife and you're going to cut right in the middle there. And you're just going to take your very sharp knife and just cut right there. And the main reason why you're going to want to use this tape is because this stuff is going to fray a lot if you don't keep it together. So that's the main reason why we do this. Next, you're going to take your candle, lighter, blowtorch, whatever form of heat, fire that you're going to use, and you're just going to do this. I would recommend doing this outside, and I would recommend doing it a little bit more than you think you should. I'm going to do it again just to show you, make sure this, you can't really make it too much. You do want to do this outside, like I said. You just want to make sure that the ends are not going to fray. You can take this rope or this off once it dries because it is very hot, and then you'll have a nice flow rope. You'll be all done. Also, pro tip, don't forget to do the other end of the rope because that will fray if you don't get it all nice and sealed up like the other side. So we're going to see how we did on the flow rope, see how it weighs. It is currently zeroed out, and we'll just pop that bad boy on there. And we are a little bit shy of the 2 pounds, or 2.1 pounds. We are pretty close, a few ounces off, but not bad. If you found this helpful, please let me know in the comments. And go check out the original RMT rope and all the other tools that they have at WEC Method.